If you're here thinking about the NBA and how much you love it, well, I got some news for you. Today, we're going to be watching some amazing NBA highlights from 2025 regular season and discussing the actual NBA2k MyCareer mode and the overall experience in NBA2k. And I'm going to showcase some 2K stuff and get into it as we go forward, but I did want to kind of just premise that and help you prepare for what we're doing. The reason for this video is because I cover MyCareer a lot. I play over 1,000 hours a year in that game mode, but I also play other modes. But it seems like the community doesn't realize what I'm about to say is true. It looks like the 2K family has lost touch with the love of NBA basketball. So MyCareer has basically spoiled us, and I mean that like literally spoiled us, with being able to create your player and being able to make them however you want. And it can be, you know, the best thing or the worst thing. And this is something that I want to kind of touch on as we discuss. For me personally, since I was younger, and by the way, I'm an old head, so in the 80s and about 89 was when I really started watching basketball, started tuning in and just putting on the games every chance I got. And it was amazing, inspiring to see all of the 90s of Michael Jordan's run. I'm a Knicks fan, so I watched my Knicks try to make it to the championship. And then I saw a lot of other players, basically other teams throughout all these years. So pretty much have a 30+ year time watching the NBA. And through that time, I was also a gamer, and I got to play all these amazing games that started to look like the players and their player likeness. So the way they move, the way they shoot, all of this stuff wasn't in the game when I first started. And as time went on, they started implementing all the amazing animations. Everything that you're seeing now in these highlights of very cool plays, defensively, offensively, just amazing basketball, ankle breakers, great dunks, layups, and all the ways the players move, their gestures, to the point now where 2K has the way you walk and the way you run, and you can do it like other players do, you know? And even alley-oops can be done like a specific player does them, which is insane. And that is something that I think we take for granted. And the reason I say we take for granted is because of MyCareer specifically. I think MyCareer has spoiled us with being able to make our own player. And I want to kind of showcase it just for a second here, just to show you what I mean. So this is the MyCareer builder. You're able to put on any size, point guard, shooting guard, small forward, or whatever the case may be. And once you do this, you're able to create the type of player that you feel is best. So if I want to have strong dunks, contact dunks, I can just boost this all the way up. And it's okay, now I'm dunking on everybody. And then I'm going to put up my three. That's going to be going hard. Then I'm going to put up my dribbles. All of a sudden I have an offensive monster who's capable of scoring like crazy. Okay. And then I'm saying, hey, you know what? I don't like that. I want to be a defensive monster. Let's put up perimeter and steals to 99. I'm going to have decent passing, but I really want to focus on shooting well and dunking. And so now this is my player. He's a defensive monster, not that great at dribbling, but he's going to be a lockdown for the team. And this example here, and of course, don't take these builds literally, I'm not advising you, but the concept is that, oh, wow, I can make it the way I want it. Now, there's players who actually prefer to play like NBA players because they haven't lost the love for basketball. So if I go in here, I'm able to do who I think is one of the greatest, who is the greatest scorer, one of the greatest scorers of all time, Carmelo Anthony, one of my personal favorites. So all of a sudden, this is exactly what I want. I can make him. I can make one of the greatest shooters, Ray Allen, right? I could make one of the most skilled players of all time, Kobe Bryant. And I could just go down the list of different types of players in the NBA now. I want a Curry because, you want to sauce up with dribbles and shooting. You can't lose. Now, the problem is, since we have MyBuilder and we create our own builds, the community's lost touch with wanting to create and just play with the players. So what really does happen, and the things that I've noticed, is that a lot of times, these MyPlayers are just our own creations. They're not NBA players. And even somebody like myself who watches nonstop NBA, it's literally the main sport I watch. The truth is, it's not enough. I want to make MyPlayer be perfect for the mode, since I can put on specific attributes and build the player that I want. But then I don't really get to play as much other modes because I'm getting my exact play style that I want. Now, this is a compliment to 2K for allowing us to create our player, but it also is a hindrance to the community who's lost touch with, I just want to do something awesome with these other players. And so, for example, game modes like My Team is pretty big, and it's one of 2K's biggest, as well as MyCareer. Those two battle. But My Team, for example, it even also has enhancements where once you get the highest level character, they're basically a 7-foot dribbling, shooting, dunking center. And all of a sudden, they're not playing like the characters that they supposed to be. So even that mode spoils the NBA experience. And so now, if that's the case, where we're looking at the possibility of like losing touch with the NBA. Now, this video isn't to provoke you to be like, yeah, that's a problem, and let 2K only let us play with the templates of NBA players. I'm not one of those guys. I prefer my own build the way I want, and I am spoiled. But I would have to go and play something on my own, like Play Now, to play with actual NBA players and experience the fun of playing with your favorite player. These are things that exist, but you got to remember that there's, like I said, that caveat of missing out on My Team or my career if I go and I start doing that a lot. And so, how does 2K fix this? I'm not here to debate or conversate on that. If you have a comment about it, feel free to share it in the comments. But the topic of today is more so why I feel like we've lost touch with that NBA spark. And it's mostly like, I want to make my player. It's like an RPG game now, more so than anything. And we've seen this because there's a lot of players, and you're welcome here, by the way, I'm not judging you, who don't even know basketball or care about the NBA, and they play the game because it is a fun game to play. And that's okay too. It's like an RPG game. It's like, I want to make my player and enjoy it. It's like, all right, go for it, buddy. But there's nothing wrong with loving the NBA and seeing things like this. For example, an amazing dunk on Victor Wembanyama, the best defensive player, in my opinion, in the NBA. So just think about this and think about the way that the NBA has evolved and how we've evolved as gamers. So take into account, and I challenge anybody to take a moment and go play now, even if it's offline. Maybe you'll get upset because you don't want to lose against other players. That's fine. Take a moment, play now. Even My Team has, some NBA stuff for the most part. It's not the exact same, but I would prefer Play Now or something in that vein, or MyNBA, where it's just simulated basketball players. And just remember the love of basketball. Pick a team you love, one of your favorite teams, and you'll see like, wow, yeah, NBA 2K is awesome. And that's honestly what I feel. That doesn't mean that I agree with certain mechanics, RNG, for example, or other aspects that hurt the game. I'm not here to neglect that. But what I am saying is, there's a certain amount of like finding your love for the basketball. And I've admitted this to some of my viewers in one of my streams about how I have also lost touch with that part, because I'll spend 1,000 hours playing my career, but then I don't get a lot of time with actual NBA players the way I used to. And so I'm changing that, and we're gonna have a dope year this year. I'm really, really blessed and excited about that. So I hope you do the same. Start trying out other modes. There's plenty, and I mean like a lot of different things you can do so that you can have fun. And I want to kind of take a second and showcase. So sure, my career is amazing, and I literally have over 1,000 hours. There you go. And the game's not even done yet. I still have a month and some change before the new one comes out. And then I can do MyNBA. And what's cool about MyNBA, guess what? If you're one of those people who has a specific year that you loved the most, and it was like your era, your time, you can just go in there. The Stephon Curry year, the LeBron, the Kobe, the Jordan, the Magic versus Bird. These are amazing modes, and or the modern day. And you could just feel the game in your own way. And I think this is spectacular. And personally, I don't know, you know, if you want to do that or not, but it could be fun. Or you could just simulate a playoff run. Then Play Now has amazing online feature, or you could just go online, like I said, play different eras, quick match, and then some street ball, just like, oh, I want to play with one player or 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. You can do all that. Okay, it's in the game. All right, try it out. I'm giving y'all a challenge today. Show love and support to the channel as we continue to try to give y'all some fun times with all of this. If this was a cool video, like and comment, and we gonna catch y'all on the next one. It'll be popping up on screen and talk about the NBA and the modern day actual NBA. If you want to see more highlights like this, go check that out.